Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I wasn't sure if I was going to paint this morning. I'm feeling a little bit behind with a lot of things to do, but why not, right? And see who stops by to say hello. So I'm not sure today if I'm going to paint flowers or maybe an ornament. I can't even remember what I painted last Wednesday. I wanted to check. Good morning, Lou. Hi, Linda. Good morning, Ellen. So does anyone have a preference? I could do ornaments, but I kind of think that's what I painted last week. So I went to a friend of mine who's a florist yesterday, and I took some photos of, and I can't even remember right now what kind of flower it is. You guys can tell me. I'm going to turn it over here. Thinking about maybe painting that. Aren't they gorgeous? What kind of flower are they? Are they dahlias? She told me. Or that. Isn't that fun? Or I could do those ornaments or that. Does anybody have a preference? How are you, Ellen? So I was working on a commission yesterday. I can show it to you. It's so kind of out of my comfort zone, and I'm not finished with it. I was thinking about doing it on here, but I think I'm too far along to have it make a lot of progress. I was working on this. Oh, let me see. I can't even get it far enough away for you to see it. Oops. Anyway, let me see. The green ball. So that's the one I was working on. This one. Yeah, I like the flowers too. And I'm making ornaments as a gift for a party that I'm going to this weekend. So I have to decoupage some photos onto some wood blocks that I did gold foil on the edges of. And then I'm going to decoupage a photo on one side and a logo that I designed on the other side, and then hang them with a string, but I might paint over top or do something over top of them. I'm not sure yet. So that's another thing I was thinking I was going to be working on this morning, but you know, it all gets done by Christmas, right? And it really is only the 5th, so we have a ways to go. Oh, and look at that. I didn't clean my palette from yesterday, painting that river scene. So now I don't know what to do. I'm torn. Someone said the ornament and someone said the flower. So I think, what do I feel like painting? I always feel like painting everything. And I better get started or I'll run out of time. I think I'm going to do the ornament because I can do, then I'll do flower next year. Lou, you want flowers? All right, I'll do flowers. I'll do the flowers today and I'll do an ornament next week. How's that? So I think that one or this one. I love them both. Does anybody know what those flowers are? I can look it up. She told me what they are. She gave me some to bring home. How about, I think I'll do that one. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. No matter what, it'll be fun. Second one, okay. Okay, second one it is. Now I have to clean up my palette a little bit. I didn't clean it yesterday when I left for work. I always think my life is crazy busy, and it does get worse at the holidays. But I still have to fit in time to do my art because it's what makes me happy. Okay. Do you like the seascape? Yeah, it's challenging for me. It's not finished. It will all come together. I've done them before, and like I'll see them hanging in someone's home, and I'm like, you know, I like that. It looks good. But kind of when I'm in the middle of it, I doubt myself. And doubt is the worst thing in art ever. Oh, and I don't have my purple out. I need some purple for this. my Windsor Violet. And I'm gonna put some of that out here on my palette. I also was thinking about this morning, I had gotten some paints from a company called Zen Art Supplies, and I need to demo their paints. How fun is that? But I've had them since the summer, and I never get a chance to do it. No, I don't work. I work full time. I have an advertising business that I've had for like 30 years. That's really what I do. And I have 3 kids, so I barely keep up with all of it. But I've been doing it for years, and I try, but I do get tired. But I started doing this about, I'd say it maybe was 8 years ago. I have a 16-year-old. When she was a little older and a little more independent, I started getting up in the morning to paint every day because this is what I've always wanted to do. So I decided if I didn't get around to it, when would I? So I have been getting up and painting every morning for like 8 years now, and I love it. I would love to do this full time someday. I'm sure I will. Oh, yes, you asked about that, Lou. I have one like that. I have, my green is stuck in the tube. And I remembered you asked me that yesterday. And I don't have any tips for it. So I'm cutting the tube open with an X-Acto knife. And I don't know why a particular one, like mine, the wrapper's not caught or anything, so I don't really know why it's stuck like that. But now these are different colors than I'm used to painting, so this is going to be a little challenging, and that's good. Just never want to get bored. Hi, Kim. How are you? Yeah, because the colors in the, well, here, I'll pull it back a little bit so you see a little bit of the photo. Maybe not quite all of it. It's a little bit of glare, but it's kind of neat. The color in there is kind of a reddish, brownish, purplish color. Oops, I'm gonna put some purples in here. And this is really just mapping out where I want to go with it anyway, so I don't need to worry if it's too, not quite what I want it to be. And I did buy some more panels. I was out of the panels I like to paint on. I feel like I was out of everything, so I treated myself to more. It's no fun to wake up in the morning and realize you have nothing to paint on. Not at all. There's a funny little flower right there. Push up. Oh, that's a good idea, Lou. I like that idea. You know, I don't know if the paint sticks have to stay in those tubes. Sometimes I leave them in and actually just push them out enough that I hold on to the plastic of the tube, which I like because then I don't get it on my hands as much. But maybe they don't even need to stay in those tubes because really, what am I thinking? I'm not doing very well at thinking and talking this morning. They don't really need to stay in those tubes because they get a film on them anyway. Might be easier just not to always have them in there. I'll have to look into that. But I do like using them. Do you, Lou? So my friend who I visited, who is a florist, she was making bouquets for a wedding. So beautiful. I love to be able to just pop in and take photos sometimes. Because I always want to set, I go to market and I buy things to set up and photograph here at home, but sometimes I don't have time to do that. So I was just in there probably for 5 minutes and I took a whole bunch of photos. So I have new inspiration. Good morning, anybody who's popping in. I have a lot of glare on there. I still haven't figured out a way that it's not dark for me, but you can see when I'm painting. Oops. I need a sip of my coffee. Is everybody else having coffee this morning? Coffee or tea? My coffee's hot. I'm just going to put this in here for now. Pumping the cord. Hi, Vikashini. How are you? Lots of coffee. Yes, me too. I do love my coffee. Thanks. Yes, I'm doing well too. A little overwhelmed with the holidays, but hoping to have off a little bit that week between Christmas and New Year's from work. Hoping to have more time to paint. We usually have like 45 people at our house on Christmas, so it gets really busy, and a lot of times I have to put my art away, but I don't know if I'm going to have to do it this year. Yes, family time. That's so important. And it's nice because it's my family and my husband's family and actually my son's girlfriend's family and neighbors and friends. So it's a lot of fun. And I apologize, I'm not talking very much. Does anybody have any questions? That might be easier than me thinking of things to say. I have my workshop listed on my website, and it's almost full, but I still have a few spots left if any of you are in the area and would love to come. It's going to be fun. And I'm also doing, hi Lisa and Olivia. Yes, I'm doing using oils. Is Olivia all ready for school? Lisa is my neighbor, and her daughter Olivia live right behind me. Thanks. The workshop is on a Saturday. I think it's the 9th of April. I'm doing another thing here in Lancaster with some friends. We're calling it Makers Lancaster, and it's going to be like just people getting together, making fun things together, like cool stuff. So I'm doing the first one of those this coming Sunday. I'm going away for the Saturday night, and we have to come home early on Sunday for me to get ready for that, but I think it's going to be fun. If any of you are in Lancaster and would like to be included, just message me, let me know. Anyone's welcome. The idea is for people who love just to make things, to get together and do something together, something fun and different. So my friend Deb is doing really cool vintage ornaments that she creates, and she's showing us how to do it, and I'm excited because I have a lot of her pieces here at my house. So it'll be neat. Not your average stuff. I wish. Yes. Vikashini, where do you live? That would be a real long haul for you. The world, it's neat though how small the world is now with the internet, isn't it? It's so cool. All right, am I fussing over this too much? I think so. I believe I am. So I'm just gonna put some color in here. And as always, now my challenge is going to be just to lay in color and not fuss over it. I think that'll ever come naturally. I guess it will. It is getting more and more natural all the time. All right. I think I'm going to clean up my stuff here. On Thursday mornings for an hour craft morning and just all these crazy stuff. Yes, that's nice. That's the part that will be fun, is to hang out and talk with people who love doing all the same kinds of things that I do, because between working and doing my art and being a mom and taking care of chores and everything, I very rarely have time to do much else in India. Is it cold there, Vikashini, like it is here in India? I don't really know much about India, except that you have gorgeous fabrics. Okay, I'm trying to get some of these out of my... I'm just gonna put some of this in. Oh, is it warm there? Yeah, I have to, we're getting our wreath ready to put on the outside of our house. We put it up on the second floor, and my husband wants me to go out today and wire ornaments onto it, and it's so cold outside. I don't want to do that. I don't like being cold at all. I don't like being cold even for 5 minutes. All right, what do I have in here? I don't really have the right colors for this, but I'm just gonna add some in anyway. 6/6 to try. Oh yes, good. So my green, I think this is my cadmium green. This is one I can't get out of the tube. See it? Oh, came out. I just shook it because there's some green in here. I'm going to add a little bit. And I was working on my big painting that's here beside me. I think I showed it to you last week. And it was just getting too tight and too... I just wasn't liking it. I couldn't figure out why I didn't like it. And I'm still not entirely sure, but I think it's just too rigid. It was formal or rigid or something, and I just wasn't liking it. So yep, I'll show it to you. I went and added in some more of the colors here, and I think it'll help me loosen up. See it? So I went in and it was just getting so formal. So I'm trying to get more texture in there. And I added just some random colors here and there. Not totally random, but I just listened to my intuition. I'm happy with like how these are turning out. I think they look loose. So I'm gonna try and work on that a little bit this weekend too. Because I'm gonna apply to do more shows this summer. I have to move the light again away from you. Yes, the leaves are loose. That's what I like. So I need to get some more of these in like yellows and reds. I think I don't have enough of. Oh, I was saying I was going to apply to do some more shows like I did last year. So I need to have more artwork because I sold all of my really large ones. So I bought some more canvases. I'm excited to do that. One more color. How did you put the grid? Oh, the grid is with an app called Grid. Oh, my favorite brand. I don't really have a favorite brand of canvas yet. I usually paint on the ampersand panels. So when I go big, I have been painting on panels, but I don't have a favorite yet. Actually, the one that's behind me here, I had bought years ago and just never painted on it, and found it up at my office. That's where I started painting, was in my office. Because it was too hard to find room to do it here at home. Anyway, I don't have a favorite yet. Thanks, Lisa and Olivia. Have a great day. I'm just going to add a little, this is a brand new one here. A little bit of gold, and then I'm moving on. I feel like I'm going slow this morning. Maybe it's because I didn't really want to get up today. Whoops, it's got the film on it. I like the gold in here. I would love to do a painting with just using these. One of these days I will. I think I might make a huge mess with it. One small doubt, when you paint on paper, Yes. But after they're finished, do we need to varnish them too? Well, so yeah, I just did one on paper the other day. Oh, I did the holly. I did it for my Christmas card for work. So here's like, it's the Arches oil paper. And I gesso here in the middle. Can you see? You can tell it's a different color. And then I did my grid on there. And I do that ahead of time because then when I come down here and I don't have time to paint, really, I just grab one of those and work on it. And then here's the one I did the other day for my holiday card. And I actually had fun. Do you see I put a little bit of gold foil in there? I don't know that it's, and I can't take it to work and scan this in yet because it's too wet. But I haven't varnished these because the ones that I sold, and I think I've mostly just sold them to local friends, and they always want me to get them framed for them. So I actually put them under glass, so I don't think they need varnish. But I've been thinking it might be fun to do one and let it, you know, dry like for 6 months or something. And like totally varnish it, like, and then float it, but not put it under glass. So the whole thing would have to be varnished, you know, even if I let a little bit of the outside show, because I like when a little bit of the white shows around the edges too, that you can see the texture of the paper. So that's something else I wanted to play with. Now let me think, do I need, I think I'm gonna add Genuine Naples Yellow to my palette here. Should clean, this weekend I'll clean it. Maybe I'll do that painting demo if I have time. Of course I say that, but I'm going to New Hope on Saturday night, and then I have my maker's thing on Sunday. So I don't know how much time I'm going to have to paint. I'm going to put a little bit of warm white. Sometimes my warm white's a mess because the lid wouldn't go on anymore. So I have to open it up a little bit here. It's a mess. But I like playing around with the difference. Do any of you ever use warm white? Because I have those kind of warm colors in there. Sorry, is that okay? Oops, this whole thing's gonna fall off my table. Okay, I think that's good. I'm gonna mix a few colors, see if I can get some of these nice purples. And oh, I have this color too that I love. This, it's Old Holland Violet Gray. I think that will be nice in there. Pour that out. And I find mixing some of the colors that are more challenging or out of my palette, I'll use different colors to mix in instead of white. All right. And I need clean this out. I'm gonna do a little bit more of that yellow, Naples yellow. And oh, what's this? Brilliant Lemon Light. I didn't even know I got that. All right, I use that today. Well, I like to try to keep all my paints together in my bins over here, but I end up with a huge pile in front of me. Is warm white the color name, or are you using lead white? Whenever I see your palette, I love it. So organized. Thank you. I'm not a very organized person, but I love for you to say that about me. It is called warm white. It's Gamblin. Can you see that? Warm white. So here, like, see how different? That's the warm white, and that's regular titanium white. And I have heard great things about lead white, but I'm a little afraid of it. I think that's one of the paints that's supposed to be so toxic. And I don't think I actually have any of that here. Just adding another color out. I might not get this finished today. What time is it? 32. Oh, I might. But painting isn't about hurrying, is it? All right, so I'm gonna get some of my purple. Oh, yeah. Nice, right? Okay, so I added some magenta into the what is my purple? Windsor Violet, and I added a little bit of the Old Holland Gray in there too that I like. So now I need to make this a little lighter, and I think I'm gonna try with the warm white here. My highlight areas. It looks pretty close to me. Maybe I'll add cool white into this other side here, into this. More of that. I need to put out cleaner white. Do they look a lot different? Warm and cool? A little bit. And a little cerulean in here, too. So I have kind of a range of purples. It's pretty. Okay. Oh, I'm off the thing here. Okay, so now I have to figure out how to make those yellows. I'm going to do magenta here. Let's see how magenta looks if I add the Naples yellow. Let's see what color we get. That looks like a color in there for sure. And I'll add some warm white to that. I think that needs more yellow. Oh, I like those. I love the purples and yellows look so pretty together. Bye, Ellen. Have a fabulous day. All right. And now I want some brighter yellow maybe for inside of there. I'll do that with. I need some clean white. My white's dirty. Here's another one I could play with too. It's called Portland Warm Gray. I'll put a little bit of that out and look at it. That looks like something in that. Definitely looks like something in there. All right, a little bit of white, and then I'm going to start painting. Titanium, yeah. Oh, if I have lead white, I would like to play with it. And I know I should wear gloves when I paint too. I have to get in that habit. I have the gloves. I just never remember to put them on. All right. And actually, I'm going to put warm white in here. Need a little more. Ooh. I need a little bit more cerulean. Okay, I think I'm ready to. Now this is a good spot to stop and think a little bit, because this is a kind of painting that I could easily make fussy very quickly, because there's so much going on in those flowers. But really, like over in here are my darkest darks, and you know, kind of around the edges. This, I want this flower to come forward the most. Oh, and I didn't try to mix this color. I love this. Fun. It was inside a refrigerator, and I love the color that came through. I think it just gave it a neat glow with that blue color in the background. All right, can you see okay? All right, I'm ready to dive in here. I'm going to try my best to put down brush strokes and not fuss with them. And just really look instead of putting the hardest thing. And the best thing, like if you're going to try to paint ornaments like I do, you paint what you see, not what you think you see. It's amazing how different those two things are when you pay attention to it. Really? That's cool. Magic Juice, what's your real name? I went to Kutztown too. Loved it. I was a communication design major. That's why I have the ad agency, and I've had it forever. But I wish I would have taken more fine arts classes when I was there. But television's great too. Class of 92. I was class of 85. I loved Kutztown. Whenever we drive, like to New Jersey, we still drive through Kutztown, see what's new. Such a cute little town. And I'm still friends with all of my roommates from there. That was your birth year. Oh, makes me feel so old. But I'm not old. I'm only getting started. And when I was at school, there were great painting teachers at Kutztown, but I never even took a painting class. Isn't that crazy? Little did I know. You never know where life will take you. I did illustration though. Like I can, you know, paint something super realistic in watercolor or gouache. Like I would have to do marker comps for layouts back then. And I love doing stuff like that. And then as time has gone by, now everything's on the computer, and I really missed doing the hands-on art part of it, of doing illustrations and stuff. And I think that's what really made me want to start doing that again. You think so? That's true. Yeah, it leads you. Each thing that you do in life leads you to the next thing in your journey, doesn't it? Now this little thing is happening right here. Chris Majewski. Everyone call me Juice every year. Oh, that's working TV out in Pittsburgh. That's great. Good for you. No, wait, let me see that, Chris. Chris, I'll have to try and remember your name. Yeah, you make great relationships, friendships in college, right? So do you paint now too, Juice? Yeah, my college friend who I'm going to visit in New Hope, he went to Kutztown and did TV too, and now he's been very successful and does promos for like all kinds of TV shows. And he was out in LA for a long time and has since moved back here, and we love that he's back here. We get to see him a lot more. But yeah, he had a great, like Kutztown didn't have a great program in that back then, but I have a couple friends who went for that too. I have another one who lives out in California, and he made like some kind of a 360 camera thing, I think, that he patented. And he also did TV at Kutztown. All right, now what do I do? This still looks a little, I need, maybe coffee will help. Let me have a sip of coffee. Hi, Deborah Lorenzo. I'll have to remember. Not enough work. 3 kids. Yeah, same with me. Work and 3 kids. Now, one of mine is out of the house. He's grown, and he'll be here tonight. He's staying over. He lives in Baltimore. So it's not quite as busy as when all 3 were home, but it's still pretty busy. Oh, really, Kim? Isn't that funny? Yeah, we haven't had a lot of time to drive because we were on vacation over Thanksgiving, and then it's just been busy, but I did take her out last night, but she isn't going on the roads yet. We were just doing, parking lots so far. How's it going with your daughter? And what art of painting? I'm not sure what you mean by that. No, this is the part where I don't want to get too fussy with this, but I want to pull forward, push. It's a push and a pull all the time of pulling things out, pushing things back. Yeah, I didn't make Not enough. I've come on in TV. Yeah. Oh, small world. Yeah, I'll have to see if I ever run into Cindy. Because that's where I did the outdoor art show in New Hope too this past summer, and it was really fun. But we're in New Hope a lot. I love that little town. It's very magical somehow. In a small world. All right. The other thing I'm thinking of is what to paint large next. I usually do things that are a little kind of more monochromatic. And I don't know why I'm having fun with this sunflower one, but I don't know if I don't like the red and the pink. Something about it I'm just not happy with yet, but I'm trying to decide what I want to paint next. I would love, I would always love, I would just paint peonies 24/7 if I could. They are without a doubt my favorite flower right now to paint. Sure. Yeah, do you think that's working up there a little bit? You still have glare on there. If I turn it though, I have trouble seeing. So, what do I want to do here? Hi.
So my car
Oh,
was working.
it was?
So what the door? So I'm gonna see now if it's working, and then I'll text you and let you know.
Okay, and then if we have to take it at lunch, we will.
Okay. All right. Have a good day.
Yep, you too. Oh, this is I usually use these brushes. It's the Monarch Flat number 12 or 14. I would love to find, I can't find really big brushes that I like. This is the biggest one that I have that I like, and I think it's also Monarch Flat. There's, whoops, I'm not showing you. There's nothing on it. This one I got, I think, as a sample, and it's a Holbein Rockcliffe. And whoops, to look at what I'm doing. I like this one too. But I would love to find some big brushes that would be fun. I just haven't found any that I love. I don't buy, brushes are so expensive. I don't buy them. I need some new ones. My brushes are all seem a little tired. That's what I should ask Santa for. That's all I ever need is art supplies. You're welcome. Wish I was more helpful. I need more white, light whites in here. Yeah, my time's gonna run out. It's just gonna stop on me. I have to decide if I'm gonna come back and finish it, or if I don't have enough time, I'll have to finish it another time, because I always try to get to work by 8:30. Fortunately, my work is only a block away. That's been a benefit of, one of the benefits of having my own business is that I was always able to keep my business close to home so that my kids could walk to my work after school from their school, which is right across the street. Well, that has been a blessing. All right, maybe I need to make the commitment of some colors here to see if I can finish up. Thanks so much, Chris. I hope you have a great day. Good morning, Joanne. How are you? My paints, my color here is getting a little dry. Time to dive into the part I'm afraid of here in the middle. It's crazy. I should just start in the middle instead of being afraid of it, right? Maybe a little red in there too. Okay. How do you think it's coming? I think this is going to turn off. So thanks everybody for coming and watching. I need to head to work, so I'm not going to come back on to finish it, but if I get it finished that I like it, I'll post it here on Instagram this morning. And thanks for coming. I'll do my best to do this again next Wednesday again. And thanks, Kim. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful day and have fun getting ready for the holidays. I'll be here in no time. I'm just going to let it run out when it's finished. And I'll save it. I'll try and save it and post it. I do save most of them. I just never get around to putting them up. I do have a YouTube site, and I try to put them on there, but that's a whole nother step that I'm not as good at as I'd like to be. All right. So I'm going to end it here. I'll turn the light a little bit. Can you see that? So I still have to work in here a little bit, but there's both what I'm going from and what I'm doing. So thanks for coming and watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.